I had another guest on who said there's all the hype about AI, and really it's not going to do 100% of people, or even 90% of people's job. It's going to be years before we even get to 70%. What do you believe and what you're seeing? Because I think, to your point, which makes sense, specifically in development and engineering, it it does feel like a field that is uh, where the most investment from a lot of people is going to kind of to solve this. So I would love to. I'm genuinely curious to get your take on where you think we are today, where we'll be in a couple of years, and specifically, let's talk about development for now.
Yeah. I'm going to describe to you two figures. The first figure is 2 and 2 matrix. Simple software, complex software, simple task, complex task. And we're going to talk about that for a minute. Then the other figure is the famous meme, where you have like the silly, stupid person on the left. The middle is the common developer. On the right, the ninja developer. And the
Yeah.
y-axis, I'm going to talk about how much code they're going to write, and I'm going to relate to
Mm.
that graph. And through these two visuals, I'm going to try to answer that. So I think that what we saw is basically in 2022, but like a month or like early 23, a couple of months after ChatGPT, we saw that basically Copilot and ChatGPT can help us complete faster, simple tasks for simple software. That was really exciting because before that, like AI couldn't really work. And as we progress towards 2024, I think first of all we saw that we can do quite a complex tasks for simple software. For example, you can find a few platforms that enables you to almost build a complete website, which is a simple software, but do that end to end. That's like a complex task in a simple software. We also saw in 2024, and especially in 2025, like AI tools and like Qodo, for example, helping you to do simple tasks in complex software. And I think like throughout 2025 and 2026, we're going to start seeing like AI helping you, like the dev team, do complex tasks in complex software. That's going to be around 2026. Now, as time passes, more and more complex software would be able, more and more complex tasks and complex software are going to be automated and semi-automated. So this is a major change in how we do Fortune 5000 software. If AI can help you with complex tasks and complex software, even if it's not 100%, okay, even if it's just like 50%, which is a lot, like in how we see it. And I'm not saying that the other 50% is not going to be semi-automated. So throughout the years, I think we're going to see software development change a lot, and it's inevitable. Okay, having said that, it doesn't mean that in the next 5 years we're not going to see, developer rule disappear. And that leads me to the second visual. I think pre-AI, what you can see is that, again, x-axis is like a junior developer, senior, and tech lead. Juniors, they don't write a lot of code. Mid seniority, they actually write most of the code that go to production because the tech leads are actually focused on reviewing code. And when they write
Mm.
code, they're
Mm.
such a
Mm.
ninjas that they can write little amount of code to do a lot. And they don't repeat themselves, they write it shortly, etc. Now, I think with AI, this is going to change. How? Okay, how? And bear with me. I'm going to add a third dimension, which is the previous visual. Now add like the third axis of simple and complex software. What's going to happen, okay, is that actually like technical, the seniors, they're going to write much more code over time. Much more code. Why? Because the army of agents they're going to operate and going to write code for them will
Mm.
be
Mm.
considered as their code.
I got it.
Then suddenly the technical lead not only going to review code, but only going to quote unquote write code. or review code by AI, it could be considered theirs. So their lines of code in production are going to rise. But for juniors or in mid seniority, it means they don't need more. Their jobs may be going to reduce. So here is the thing. If you go to the third axis on the simple software, they actually can do much more than they could do before. Right? Juniors suddenly can write much more much more simple software, which they couldn't do before, and even push that to production. So it's going to be this two-dimension histogram, a Gaussian histogram is going to be turned into different distribution in simple software and complex software. And that's a really long answer to tell you.
No, it makes sense.
Yeah, the profession is going to change, but the developers are not going to disappear in the next 5 years. Technical leads can do much more. Juniors can do much more. Mid-seniority can become more easily like seniors because they have AI tools to use, etc. That's my prediction for the next 5 years. 10 years, 15 years is something else.
Thank you for, that made a lot of sense. I know that took a variety of virtual diagrams that you heard, but it does make a lot of sense. And I think, you can feel even maybe that developer chart. If you go before even the junior developer, you have people who don't know how to code today, who actually joined that spectrum, because now people who don't know how to code are able to build simple software, simple tasks in simple software. So you kind of now you democratize it even more, than it is today.